Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Patrick Goddard, who is president of Brightline. Now, what's Brightline? Well, it's a new rail service that many of you may not have heard of, but it's already in operation in Florida, and we're going to talk all about that on Insider Travel Report. Now, Patrick, I've been hearing about Brightline for quite some time, and it's here. It's a reality. You started, I believe, last year, and you just put in new routes. First, just tell us, in short, what is Brightline?
Thanks a lot for having me, James. So Brightline is the newest intercity express train that's connecting Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach, eventually Orlando, and we're planning an expansion to Tampa. And it's really the first of its kind. It is at the intersection of hospitality and transportation. Okay. We are looking to connect people in a way that they've never been connected before and deliver a great experience for them as well.
Now, what's the frequency you have now? Because I believe now you have West Palm, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami, right?
So we just introduced service. So we opened in January between West Palm and Fort Lauderdale, and then we expanded to Miami in the middle of May. Okay. So we're all pretty new. We started off, our introductory service is going to build up to hourly service by August. Okay. So we're not that far away. We're at about 11 round trips now. We'll get up to 16 round trips in August. So it'll be about hourly.
Okay, so about hourly. And then, of course, in about 2 years, you'll introduce Orlando, right?
Yeah, it'll be 3 years' time. So I hope it's in 2 years' time because we can't wait, and I think the community can't wait. You got 20 million residents and 120 visitors in this state, to this state, and they are anxious to be able to connect Central and South Florida. So, but yes, that's the plan.
And in fact, if you're wondering if there's a large building you didn't know what it was in Orlando, that's your station. Right?
That's right. The new South Terminal at Orlando International Airport is actually housing our station. So we're busily getting the tracks built from West Palm Beach up to that beautiful station as we speak.
Yeah, and indeed, you have all new equipment and all new stations, right? You have new stations in Miami, you have stations in West Palm, and obviously Fort Lauderdale, right?
That's right. So actually, Miami is very special. So Miami Central is about 1 million square feet, 6-block, 11-acre mixed-use development with 800 apartments, about 300,000 feet of office, and 150,000 feet of retail, in addition to our station. So we've really created a destination around our station in Miami. Okay. The stations were designed by David Rockwell and his group. So really with hospitality in mind. So we were really thinking about that experience as guests arrive. And unlike, Grand Central or Penn Station, where you're sort of nervously trying to figure out where your train is leaving from, it's a very upscale, very pleasant experience to arrive into our stations because there's only 2 trains an hour. Yeah. So you're walking in, we've got guest services on staff, we're well staffed, there's great technology to be able to purchase your tickets or make adjustments to your bookings, get into our air-conditioned departure lounge, which really feels like an upscale hotel lobby, complete with full bar and dining options.
That full bar is very important, right?
Full bar is very important. Select passengers get access to an exclusive select lounge. Mm-hmm. So for those looking for a really more upscale experience, that's available to them. Mm-hmm. And that's where they can where they can wait comfortably with lots of power outlets and Wi-Fi, which is like oxygen these days, until their train is called. And they'll be notified when their trains arrive, and they can make their way up to the platform.
So almost a very civil way to travel.
Other
than driving, right?
I would tell you that compared to driving or flying, there is no more civil way to actually move yourself around South Florida. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the train equipment. You have several sets of train equipment. They're all brand new. What's in each car?
So we've got 5 gleaming brand new train sets that were all built here in the United States, worked with 40 suppliers here in the US, so it's a Build America program. The trains were built by Siemens out in Sacramento. Each train has about 240 seats, split amongst 4 coaches. The first coach is our select class, which is you've got, first of all, the entire train is ADA. So you can roll literally from our parking garage into the station, up to the departure lounge, onto the train. Mm-hmm. You can actually roll from one end of the train to the other end. We've got the widest aisles in the industry. We've got the widest seats in the industry. Our select lounge has...
they're beautiful. They're all leather.
All leather. I mean, go to gobrightline.com and have a look at there's lots of photography there and on our social media handles. But leather seats, full bar service and food and beverage service on board. It's complimentary in the select coach, and it's paid in the other coaches. But each seat has, the idea is you can be productive if you want to be productive. The seats recline. You've got overhead lighting. You've got outlets, USB ports, a work table and desk, and you're getting catered while you're seated.
Not too bad.
Largest restroom in the industry too. So you can actually turn a wheelchair around in our restroom.
Excellent. Now, what is the market you're after with these train sets?
So I-95. So if you think about the east coast of Florida, from Jacksonville all the way down to Miami, it's really a peninsula because you've got Okeechobee Lake right in the middle of it in the Everglades. So you've got this very thin peninsula with two roads that are out of capacity, and they're getting increasingly congested. In fact, I-95, the average speed on I-95 is now down to 35 miles an hour. So we're traveling at 80 miles an hour between West Palm, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And we're providing a solution to commuters who have been the earliest adapters, who have been looking for any opportunity to get off 95 and get from behind their wheel. There are then other business users who travel occasionally between the three cities, whether they're attorneys, who, by the way, now their commuting time has turned into billable time, professionals, realtors, and others who need to travel between the three cities from time to time. We have Avis rental car outlets at each station. Okay. We have a partnership with Lyft, by the way, so there are discounted rides from the station into the immediate area. There's motorized scooters. There's a whole bunch of different modalities to get from our station hub around the cities in which we stop.
All the different restaurants and attractions, right?
Well, what's unique about Brightline is we are downtown to downtown. So, in fact, like in West Palm Beach, you can walk to City Place, which is really the hub for restaurants, bars, and entertainment in West Palm Beach. In Fort Lauderdale, we stop right 2 blocks away from Las Olas Boulevard, which is the same thing. And you can actually catch a water taxi to the beach. Mm-hmm. And in Miami, we stop. Obviously, our entire station is a destination for dining and wellness and entertainment. But you can pick up the Metro Mover or the Metro Rail there. You can actually walk to the American Airlines Arena and catch a Heat game. It's about a 9-minute walk. The Performing Arts Center is there. The Adrian Arts Performing Arts Center is there. The new Frost Museum is there. So, so for a lot of people, outside of just the commuters, so for the leisure market, for those who are just, for residents who are just looking to expand their backyard, we now open them up to a whole bunch of experiences that previously they wouldn't even consider because they would have had to get into their car. Right. So, and same for tourists. So it's very intimidating to drive around Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach, particularly Miami and Fort Lauderdale. So the thought of like putting somebody from another country or another state into a car on 95, you're going to use up a lot of their vacation time. So our view is, our stations are located proximate to the principal attractions and destinations and venues in those three cities. So now you're no longer sending somebody on a vacation just to Miami. You're giving them the opportunity. You're opening up the other two markets to them as well.
So they can have a multi-city vacation. And indeed, you have connections to all the convention centers in Palm Beach and I guess Fort Lauderdale and the new Miami Beach Convention Center.
That's right. I mean, in the case of West Palm Beach, it's walkable. It's literally across the street. In Fort Lauderdale, it's a little further away, and Miami Beach is just on the other side of 395. Right. So yes, from a meetings perspective. By the way, we've been offering to a lot of we've been asked for to be able to cater to groups. So we've been able to allow groups to book an entire car for up to 60 passengers. Right. We've been able to cater that for them. We are able to do catering inside the stations, and a lot of that is translated well because people are looking for experiential ways to provide experiences to either it's their employees or their sales teams or whoever that might be, and then we're delivering them into the destinations that they need to be at.
And indeed, if they've never experienced a rail service of this type, this is an experience.
It really is. I mean, that has been the focus for us. It's not just about transportation and getting you from A to B. It really is about delivering an experience that they've never seen before. This really has never existed. So we invite people to come and try it, because I guarantee you've never seen anything like this before.
And then once you've got this sort of Florida arc where you're going from Miami eventually all the way to Tampa, you also have plans in the future to connect maybe other cities in the U.S., right?
So I think there's an industrial revolution happening generally with mobility right now, and people realize, I think in 20 years we'll be sitting around wondering why we allowed humans to operate cars at all. But for now, with rideshare, with automated vehicles, artificial intelligence, motorized scooters, motorized bicycles, pedelecs as they're called, we need better solutions to get people around. There's a lot of urbanization happening as well, where people are moving more into city centers. So to us, it makes sense to provide a solution whereby rail connects cities, and then there are other modalities that provide connectivity in those sub-hubs. This is a totally private venture, so we believe that we can do this, and we can make this profitable in a lot of different markets, and we'll be looking for other opportunities to come and replicate Brightline in those other markets.
Well, Patrick, thank you very much for filling us in on Brightline. And so for your clients out there, for our travel agent viewers, this is going to be already is an option in South Florida, and it will soon be up to Orlando in a few years, and eventually Tampa, and who knows where else in the United States. So it's a great option if you've never tried. This isn't high-speed rail, but this is excellent, comfortable rail that will get you there in a very limited amount of time. Thanks. It's been great to find out more about this, and I love rail travel. I'm so glad that we're going to see it in South Florida finally. It's taken a while, but
it's taken a while.
It's here.
Taken a while. Well, we're excited to welcome all of your audience to try out our trains, and please don't hesitate to contact us if we can help you with any of your groups, any of your contacts. We're excited to get you down here.
There we go. Well, that's Brightline, and you'll hear a lot more about it in the years to come. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report. Good person.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, cool.
Thank you, James.